Hi, Taurus. This will be your weekly reading for the 16th through the 22nd. So first we are going to take a look at love, and then briefly we will look at singles also. And then after that, we'll look at work and career. So, all right, so we'll get started with the sign of Taurus for the 16th through the 22nd, Tauruses. We're gonna take a look at your love person, like kind of where they are at first, okay? And then we'll put your cards down and see how they mesh together. All right, Taurus, please. Taurus, show me Taurus's partner for the 16th through the 22nd, please. 16th through the 22nd for Taurus. 16th through the 22nd for Taurus, please. Okay, so we have the Four of Pentacles, the Nine of Cups. We have the Two of Wands and the King of Swords. And we have the Hanged Man with the Ten of Swords at the bottom of the deck. So, all right. This looks a little third party-ish to me, I hate to say right off the bat. And I hate to always kind of go there with readings, but it's kind of having that vibe a little bit. Let me put down your cards and see how this is going. Show me Taurus, please. Show me Taurus in this love situation. Show me Taurus. Okay, Taurus, you have the Hermit, the Queen of Pentacles, the Eight of Pentacles, the Moon card, and the Judgment card with the Fool underneath the deck. Okay, the Empress, the Knight of Wands, and the King of Cups. So this seems pretty, and wow, moving towards a new Two of Cups with the Wheel of Fortune and the Emperor, which could be another Aries, possibly. It could be just you as the Emperor, because it can be Taurus also. So okay, honestly I get the sense that both of you are wanting to move on towards something else. Is really kind of like I almost kind of feel like you guys are mirroring each other, but just in different ways. Like you guys both have the same predicament, because it almost feels like a marriage or something, for instance, where both of you are kind of looking to get out and go either be with someone else or go towards someone else is kind of the sense I'm getting here. But let me just take a look here. Yeah, I get that sense. Okay, because for the person who you are dealing with in love, with the Four of Pentacles and Nine of Cups, it's sort of a mixed, like a split personality to me in one way. Like the Four of Pentacles is someone who kind of wants to hang on to their stability, their home life, build something of value and stability, regarding around their family, their home, that sort of thing. The Nine of Cups is a little bit more opposite of that. It's a little bit dreamy, having fantasies, maybe thinking about someone, or just being, if it's not someone, it's just having like fantasies of, it would be like my midlife crisis card where, let's take a typical scenario, as cliche as it is, it would be like the guy, who is the provider of the family sort of situation, but like he has these fantasies of like chucking it all and like moving to, Brazil, where, hot half naked women will serve him margaritas and give him massages. It's like that kind of vibe going on that I see with this person right now. But that Nine of Cups could be about someone else too. They could actually literally be fantasizing about someone else. Unfortunately, that could be too. As far as their feelings towards you, I have the King of Swords here and the Two of Wands. I feel like they are messaging or waiting to hear like from someone, but they are still very much tied to whoever they are currently with. In like if they're with somebody else in a long-term position, like I feel like they are still definitely feel like tied to that person. If that's you or if that's their, maybe you're the third party. Yeah, I don't know. But they are very like they're wanting to hear from this new person. I mean, maybe you're the Nine of Cups. That could be too. I'm not sure. This seems like a married, like two people here seem married. Whether or not you guys are married to each other is what I'm not sure. That's why I say it could be complicated, because it could be that you're married to someone, but you're thinking about this person, and they're married to someone and they're thinking about you. It could be very convoluted here in a general reading. I'm not sure. But the King of Swords is very cold, very distant, and to me, it feels like they are sticking by what is loyal to them. So, even if that is not a healthy situation, it feels like they are sticking by whoever has been like loyal to them, their loyal partner. The Hanged Man kind of tells me this Hanged Man in this deck is a little bit different. It's not so much as like being in limbo and not really moving forward, or not really, and looking at things from a different perspective. This Hanged Man is literally like mummified. Okay. There's like, there's just like, there's not much life left in this person. Okay. They're not really contemplating things. They're not really looking at things from other perspectives. They're not doing anything. They are literally mummified and ashen in color, so it just feels like they're not breaking free, of these harnesses that are keeping them clinging to this huge oak tree, which is most likely family and roots and things like that. Like they're mummified. They don't know how to break those belts, right? But I did have the Ten of Swords at the bottom of the deck, and the Ten of Swords is a very similar energy, meaning, there's just really not much life left in something. You could be dealing with a Gemini, or you could be dealing with an Aquarius, perhaps. But regardless of signs, I just feel like this is going towards some sort of ending with this person, okay? That's the way it's headed anyway. It's not showing yet, but it's headed that way with the Ten of Swords. For you, with the Hermit and the Queen of Pentacles, I feel like something's coming, and you are trying to protect what you have, okay? You are trying to protect your stability and possibly a child or two, maybe. But it's like you're trying to hold on to, you're trying to be very wise and very smart about this situation, but like something's coming at you. And you very wisely know that. So I feel like you're in protective mode. As far as how you feel towards this person, we have the Eight of Pentacles and the Moon card. So again, I feel like you want to protect something, you want to shelter things, you want to like keep a roof over your heads, basically. You know that this is a storm, but it's not like a major storm, and you feel like you can weather it if you put a little bit of work into it. But there's this Moon card, which is secrets and melancholy a little bit, deep melancholy, the possibility of light being shown on a situation, a secret, or unaware information that you've had until now. Okay, so that may be coming or is on its or here. You have the Judgment card. So this, I feel really, I don't think this is so much about reconciliation. It may be. It may be that this passes and you know, things kind of come back together, but the person did have the Ten of Swords at the bottom of the deck. So I feel like that's where they are actually headed. So it may be a reconciliation though with the Judgment card. If that's kind of what you're leaning towards, you know, it's possible. However, again, I'm not sure how long that would be. But I think it's more about you using your judgment and using your discernment. You know, if you suspect that there's something going on that's not quite right, you know, regardless of if it's a third party, like where it's another person, or if it's just, or if it's just that your significant other just isn't happy and they're like fantasizing about like all these other things, you know, not like I said, it might not be a person, it just might be like a different lifestyle or something different. Then, you know, there's something here. The thing about this Judgment card is that I always feel, because there's this hand that drop with this little dropper. It's like one of those like little eyedropper things, dropping this magic ingredient into this boiling pot, that then that's when like the flame of passion comes and this person and their spirit is reborn and comes out, right? So I always feel like there's this missing ingredient that, you know, will kind of be like that magic thing that will kind of bring life back into something, whether or not that's just you, you know, or the relationship. So, you know, but I feel like that's needed. And it has something to do with whatever this is, you know, this moon card. So there's going to be some sort of secret, something's going to be unveiled or made known towards you. And I feel like that is kind of the missing ingredient that will kind of shed a lot of light and like be your sort of aha, you know, kind of moment with this. So it's the Fool card is at the bottom of yours. So I do feel like there is some sort of new something underneath, and the Empress is right behind that. So the Empress is Taurus. So this feels good for you in a very cosmic, metaphysical kind of awakening kind of way, or new cycle kind of way. But I think for the other person, it's a little bit like hard energy, and yours may be too, but it's like yours is for a purpose. Like you're going to be, if you use your high judgment and your wisdom with the Hermit in this, I feel like you are going to embark on kind of a new sense of adventure for yourself, you know, a new cycle and sort of kind of a new way of seeing yourself as especially if you're a female, like kind of coming back into that sort of femininity again, that sort of thing. Like if you haven't really cared lately, kind of how you come across, and not that, you know, I mean, hello, flannel shirts every day, you know, but it's like, this strikes me as somebody who comes out from flannel shirts every day and kind of, you know, they put on a little makeup, or, you know, maybe a little low cut shirt, you know, something like that, you know, not too scandalous or anything. And I know that sounds shallow, but it's like sometimes, you know, it's good to express, you know, femininity on the outside as well, not just from the inside. So I don't know, that's kind of what I feel from this. So kind of an odd reading. Sorry, Taurus. I hope it made sense. Okay. All right. Let's see. Let's look at single Tauruses. What's going on with single Tauruses, please? Single Tauruses for the week of 16th through 22nd. Single Tauruses, please. What's going on for single Taurus females, males, either or? Singles, Tauruses, 16th through 22nd. Okay, almost there. Okay. We have the 6 of coin, the Page of Swords, and we have the 4 of Wands. Okay. With the Knight of Swords underneath. The Scorpio card or the Death card, and Ace of Pentacles. Chariot can also be a Scorpio card to me, but it is the sign of Cancer. Page of Wands, an offer you're like, with, from a water sign. And this may be a past person from the past. But there is definitely passion here with the Ace of Wands and the Devil card and the Moon, so possibly Capricorn and Pisces. There's an Aries in the mix down the road. This is all down the road. So there's some action like going on definitely within the next, this is just a weekly reading. That stuff's like later and may come about like more towards like the end of the month or into the next ones. I was just looking ahead. Okay, so for this one, I mean, I feel like this is so common though. I feel like a broken record sometimes. And not with Tauruses in general, like with all the signs, because it's like all the single signs, it's almost like 80% of the time, like a similar message. And to me, it's like kind of what I see here is someone who is married and they're married. So I don't know. That's kind of what I see. It's possibly a Libra. But I feel like no matter how hard you want to force the communication with this person or force them to, and not like you want to force them, but like you wish that you could force them is what I should say, to give some equal give and take in this situation, or just give some clarity or give some balance to the situation, no matter how much you wish for it or wish that they would communicate that to you and try to get them to communicate that to you. It feels futile, to me in this particular week anyway. And, with the 4 of Wands here, I mean, it's potential, definitely. But you've got to, I mean, you have something good coming up. I just don't think, I think it's the beginning of it that, like this week, I think it's going to be like more like annoying type communication for you. But I do feel like something good is coming up. I just question, the longevity of it if it is a married person. 4 of Wands. 3 of Wands. Yeah, this is definitely a returning person. Okay, this is a returning soulmate. It's someone that you have a physical attraction with. Okay, and they are going to be coming toward like traveling or something like that within about 3 weeks. That's why I said like I saw stuff coming up later. All right. So possibly 3 months, but I feel like it's 3 weeks. And there may be some information about a marriage. It could even be that like a soulmate that you've been holding on to for a long time or holding a flame for a long time could be telling you that they are getting married. That could be too, in like a few weeks. So that could be if you've been holding on to somebody that you really had like a physical connection with. It's, for a while, like it's been quite a while, you might receive news that they are actually getting married. So that could be too. But I mean, for the most part, I think this is like good. I mean, not if it's that, not that scenario, but I feel like it's good. I just, again, caution because there's secrets here. There's somebody here that's married, that kind of information is what I am seeing. But I think it makes it like, it feels good. So I'll just leave it at that. All right. Okay. Let's take a look at work and career for Taurus. Work and career for Taurus for 16th through the 22nd. 16th through the 22nd. 16th through the 22nd for work and career for Taurus. Work and career for Taurus. Taurus. The other thing, actually, too, on the singles, if you're still watching, because this has probably been time-stamped, but the thing that occurred to me, too, just now, sometimes I'm a little slow with information. I'm sorry, but it's just the way I am. With the Page of Swords there, too, is that it could be, like, receiving communication. Like, you might have, like, kind of put, like, a little bit of an ultimatum or not really, like, a strong ultimatum, but something to the nature of, look, this isn't very equal give and take. It's like, I don't know, I text you, at least once a day or something, but you don't text me till next week. And, so it could be you kind of reaching out and communicating that you're kind of pissed about that. Because the Page of Swords is sometimes like little short jabs and in communication. So I don't feel like that's the other person towards you. I felt like it's you towards them. So it could be that you might kind of catch yourself like throwing out one of those texts that you send and then go, oops, maybe that was a little much. But it's because like you want to further the commitment. So in which case it might have a good effect in the long run. Okay, so I'll say that, but I would still say to try to watch it a little bit, because it did, the Page of Swords can be sometimes a little bit like come off as a little bit immature. And I'm not saying that you are immature. It's just like, I mean, how many, we all write texts sometimes that we look at it and we're like, oh my God, did I really say that? That it's like that kind of thing, so, all right. But in the long run, anyway, I think it's going to be fine. So, okay. Work and career. Taurus. Work and career. 16th through 22nd, please. 16th through 22nd. Work and career for Taurus is up there. What's going on? Taurus is work and career. Okay, Page of Wands, Queen of Cups, 10 of Wands, Ace of Swords, and the Empress. Very nice. Okay, so, wow, really good. So you got your card as the outcome card, but it's also, not only is it your card, Taurus, but it's a card of expansion, abundance, things looking up. It's a card that represents fertility. Okay. So, I mean, that's really good in a work and career reading, right? So I really like that. I think that's beautiful. You have the Page of Wands here and the Queen of Cups. So it looks like some news coming towards you that, oh, wow, you have because the bottom of the deck, you have the 8 of Swords, which is a little bit kind of feeling trapped or having a lot of anxiety over something that you feel like is about to break free, but it's just kind of not there, and you kind of don't know what to do, and you get anxious and all that kind of stuff. Very typical card. But after this, you have the Wheel of Fortune and you have the Sun card. So you have some good, the nine of Cups, which is the wish fulfillment card, is not far behind either. So definitely something good is happening here. But I feel like you really are going to contemplate some sort of message that is coming in from this page. I don't feel like this is you studying something. I feel like you'll study the message over really, really carefully, but I don't think it's like you studying a new field. I don't really get that. I think it's a message coming in. Let's see. What is the Page of Wands, please? Knight of Pentacles. This is definitely some sort of offer coming in, that some news that you're going to hear about an offer coming in. It's slow. It's either been a long time coming or a long time waiting to hear from these people. Like maybe if for instance, if you interviewed for a job like 3 weeks ago and you were like kind of thought you nailed it and you're waiting to hear from him and you haven't, that's kind of like the Knight of Pentacles. It's very slow coming in. Or it is also very, it's just slow progress, but it is progress and it has potential to really lead to something very stable for you. And especially with the Empress card here, very good sign. And the 10 of Pentacles and the 9 of Pentacles are at the bottom of the deck too. So these are very good cards of money, stability, that sort of thing. You have the Queen of Cups. I feel like that's you also, kind of studying this information. There's something here that's with the Ten of Wands. It's going to be, this is a long time coming is what it is. And it's going to help ease a lot of burdens. It could actually be a legal thing too, that is like, it could be money coming your way due to something in regards to legal type issues, possibly inheritance. I'm not sure if I see that necessarily, but it could be. But there's something here that's going to help put an end to something that's been like, it's just been a long time coming, because you have the Ace of Swords, which is a victory card into the Empress. So I feel like that there are definitely some emotions tied into this with the Queen of Cups, because I do see you in deep contemplation and thinking. And the only reason I kind of thought maybe inheritance is because sometimes it can appear to me that the Queen of Cups is holding an urn, okay? But it's, you know, it's not necessarily that. So it's just sometimes just deep contemplation. Like this is something that like has an emotional flavor to it. So it's not just about work and stability, and you know, there's like something that is, you know, an emotional bond that is tied into whatever this is. But you do have a victory card. You have the Empress. I think this is fantastic. Yeah, the Queen of Cups. This is turning your, whatever this is really turning for the better, okay? You have the Wheel of Fortune, which is the card of good fortune, literally. And it is also a card of things moving towards a more favorable position for you. And especially if surrounded by other positive cards, which we definitely have here. All right, so it's slow, whatever this is. It's not like out of the blue, bam, tower card kind of stuff. So it's not lottery, you know, and that's, I mean, it could be for some of you. I'm not saying it won't be, but you know, I'm not seeing like that kind of thing. This is something else that has been a long time in coming. I also see very, very good stability. This may have something to do with a Scorpio also, because of the cards. There's 2 Scorpio cards here also at the bottom of the deck. But because I have the Death card and I have the Chariot. But again, both very favorable cards in this circumstance. I mean, not if it literally is a death. I don't mean to sound callous. Because there is an urn kind of in the Death card here in the picture. I mean, that's possible. But again, I don't see a Tower card moment. I don't see heartbreak here. So I don't feel it so much is a literal. If it is an inheritance of some sort, then it's probably been a while since this has happened. So. But there's something here that's going to really bring major stability. This could be the purchase of a new home, an investment, real estate investment, because this is a work and career reading. It can just mean investments also. But there's something here that is real big stability for someone here. And, you know, with the Death card and the Chariot, that's about like moving from an old cycle and moving towards victory also. So I really, really like it. It's you know, abundance and your card. So really, really good cards for you guys, Taurus, in that respect. Okay. So if you guys like this reading, all I ask is if you could just in return, maybe give me a thumbs up, or even just like a smiley face or something in the comments section. That helps kind of show YouTube that you are interactive with my videos, and then that gives me a better placing. So that I would ask that. That would be awesome. And thanks for hanging out with me, Taurus, and I hope you have a really, really fantastic week, and I'll see you for the next readings. All right, bye guys.